You're listening to Mad Men Sports, sponsored by Black Button Distilling. At 149 Swan Street, it's a perfect place for a happy hour after work or for a friend's birthday party.
Or a great place to grab a drink after a 3-0 start by the Buffalo Bills.
A 3-1 start, Diamond Dave.
You just said 3-1, you know that, right?
3-1?
You said 3-1.
You scumbag. You better not ruin it for next week.
Psych! It's not going to happen. Patriots going down. I'm just more excited about having Diamond Dave
Let's talk
on the
about what we
podcast.
saw this week against the Bengals. 1 week at a time here at Mad Men Sports. 1 week at a time.
Sorry, guys.
Dave, what did you see from the game today?
I saw a team that doesn't know their identity. I saw a team that won the game,
Sounds like a CBS show.
but should have won the game by a lot more. I feel like the Bills don't know how good they really are. They haven't even exposed themselves, which is a good thing for us because they have a lot more dangerous games coming. Where they're
Glad
just
they're
gonna
not
tear it up.
exposing themselves.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Citizens arrest.
We know the defense is good. We know the defense is going to win us games. We talked about them winning probably 4 games on their own. The offense,
Silence your cell phones, guys.
there's always an asshole in the group.
There's always an asshole, but it's fine. I'll be better.
The offense, I feel like Josh Allen took risks today, made mistakes. He had the ball in his hand a lot to make some questionable runs. I thought the play calling on offense was still kind of questionable. Frank Gore, he just gets positive yards anytime he touches the thing.
Yeah, and that's super important because, I mean, for a 36-year-old running back,
Yeah, I
what do you
mean,
expect?
I still liked what I saw out of Brown. I liked what I saw out of Beasley. I think we have a tight end. I think Dawson Knox is our tight end.
Listen, Dawson Knox. Zach, what were you telling me all game?
All first half, I kept pointing at Jake and saying, "This is the Dawson Knox coming out party, and we're here to witness it." And that's what happened today. I'm
And
not gonna
boy,
lie. We
did
all
we.
know that one play.
Did we?
That play that pretty much won the game. I'm not gonna lie.
It was beautiful.
That he put the team on his back. He broke 2 tackles, fought for extra yards on when it finally got to him to tackle him. He got open. I mean, Dawson Knox is a threat. Not only is he a threat, he scored his first touchdown today since the junior year of high school. How does that happen?
And a jet sweep, too, right?
Yeah, I mean, they give him the ball in every way possible. He did that. He did the jet sweep stuff at Ole Miss, and I think that I appreciate the fact that they were willing to bring that up to the next level and use him a little bit.
You know how long we've waited to have a tight end in Buffalo? I'm not saying Dawson Knox is a Pro Bowler. I'm not saying
We still
he's
got
the
some
future,
time
but
on
I'm
him. He's a
saying
third-round pick.
It feels good, doesn't it?
So this was his first touchdown since when?
Junior year of high school.
That's crazy. To go at Ole Miss, I know you have stars like DK Metcalf on that team, but to not score a touchdown in your whole collegiate career, that's crazy.
It's very nuts. That's something I wouldn't suspect. You know, a third-round pick to have as a stat. You want to know what's crazy? The fact that Bean and McDermott are able to find these nuggets in the mid-rounds of the draft. I mean, he wasn't Irv Smith. He wasn't Noah Fant. He wasn't T.J. Hawkinson. But he was the fourth, I believe he was the fourth, tight end taken off the board. And I would have to say, now I'm biased. I'm definitely biased for the Bills here. He's probably the most, he's probably the best out of the 4 so far.
I mean, yeah,
Hawkinson had one good game, but it's really and I know this because I started him in fantasy the last 2 weeks. He has really fallen off hard. So, I mean, consistency-wise, Dawson Knox might be the best rookie tight end right now. I think we're witnessing something. And, you know, we talked about it last week with Tommy Sweeney. You know, he could have a coming-out game. And I like the fact that they have a 7th-round pick rookie tight end and a 3rd-round pick rookie tight end. And they're stepping up in place for a guy that they paid big money to that can't stay healthy. We thought we were so close to Tyler Kroft coming back this week.
Yeah, with Croft having a setback too, they're saying it might be a couple more weeks. He has a boot on his foot. We might just want to explore the IR option with him. We don't want to take these guys out. They're a hot hand right now. You all have Kroom if you need him in your back pocket.
Not that we love to have Kroom, but at this point,
It's nice to
he's reliable.
It's nice to have extra weapons, so Croft would be nice, but he's not doing anything for us right now. Right now, Dawson Knox is gaining chemistry with Josh Allen, which is great. He's becoming a safety blanket, which is what we need.
I mean, he had an amazing game today. Now, I can't
He
mention
also had a run.
I can't mention the fact that he had an amazing game without mentioning the fact that he had that drop pass at like the 4-yard line that really grind my gears right in front of us. I mean, that got to me a little bit, but it's a rookie, so I can't grind him into the ground for it. But that definitely would have. I mean, 21 points would have done the job today. So if they were able to get in that goal line area for that, I mean, that would have taken care of a lot of stress that we later experienced in the game, which we'll get to later. But Jake, that first half was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
They deserve more points.
exactly.
14 was not enough.
That's the biggest thing. You can't have a dominant first half like that and still only walk out with 14 points. That's actually a huge downside of the game. You need to dominate those kind of games.
Yeah, and specifically even like midway through the second quarter, they didn't have a first down. They had 28 yards. I think Andy Dalton went like 5 for 17. I mean, you're completely shutting a team down who sometimes doesn't look like they're 0-2 at that point. They had some kind of production. I mean, Andy Dalton at that point was second in the league in passing.
Bengals fought the whole game.
So, I mean, it's certainly a testament to the Bills' defense on how effective they were in that first half of shutting them down. I think it was just a change of game plan by the Bengals. I know we were talking off air how they kind of went to that RPO style offense, those quick dump passes and stuff like that.
Yeah, the game really changed for the Bengals in the second half. Obviously, the score tells the story there. But there was an adjustment that was made that I mentioned to Jake during the game, and I thought to myself, damn, this is scary because if the Bengals are able to do this, next week might be a real tough challenge. The Bengals turned it into this RPO style play, which, obviously, if you have a good running back and fast wide receivers with a quick release quarterback, anyone can do it. It's not really a challenging offense to really run. You fake to the running back and quick pass on a slant. I mean, it's really a bread and butter play, which is how the Bengals were able to move the ball so effectively because Dave said he noticed the fact that the Bills didn't get as much of a pass rush in the second half. RPO, those quick passes, eliminates pass rush, which is how Tom Brady has been able to stay so well and so kept in this league is because he does the quick passes. You see the Twitter accounts that have like, oh, wow, he threw it 1 yard. Like, how this guy's so great.
System quarterback.
Exactly, but that's the stuff that works in the NFL because on those quick passes, the offense is always going to have the advantage because they immediately know a second that the ball snapped where the ball is going, which usually that's a bad thing. But the defense doesn't have the proper time to adjust to that, which is how those shifty guys like Edelman and, the Tyler Boyds of the world, the John Rosses, the guys that are fast are able to get open and get the ball. Now, on the same coin, they could just hand it off the ball, and the play is still the same. The play does not change, whether the fact that it's a run or a pass. It is a great scheme that hasn't been phased out of the NFL yet. I mean, it's not like a wildcat. This isn't a gimmick scheme. This is a scheme that works because it gives the offense an advantage when normally, listen, no matter what you think of the NFL, the defense will always have an advantage on every play unless the ball is like tossed up for a lob pass. All the defense has to do is just stop the ball from getting to another player and the play's dead. It's not that easy on the offense. You have to be able to complete passes. You have to be able to move the ball. So to be able to flip the script and kind of get that small advantage, RPO is a very effective way to run your offense, and that's something that Zach Taylor switched his team to today and gave him a chance towards the end. And I think I don't think he's the best coach because he definitely blew that game. I think he used his challenges way too early. Not that he needed to run later, but that Zay Jones challenge, what are you doing there? I mean, it's a matter of inches. I'm surprised they didn't move the ball forward after the challenge. Like,
Yeah, it's just really, I think it's just a case of a young
it's his third
head
game.
coach just trying to flex his dick.
we'll have a guy in the booth like everyone else to show, like, hey, you know what, do this. It's not a let's not focus.
And
on
it was on
too
the
much.
opposite side of the field too, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, there's
So it's not
camera
like he
angles.
saw
He has
something.
ability to watch camera angles from the above. He doesn't have to do it. He has to have a guy to do it.
No, and I certainly understand that. I know that he has people looking at it, but I mean, it's not like he was right in front of the play. He saw
Well,
something,
yeah,
but that's not the case.
It's one play. I don't want to hang up on a one play too much here, but I thought that the Bills outcoached them in the first half. I think the Bills really watered down their offense. Now, this is something they've been doing for 2 weeks now, and I don't want to complain, but put points on these guys. Hang points on them. It's the home opener. I have a hoarse voice right now. I'm gonna have a hard time at work tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd be okay with a little slaughtering action with the way the Patriots do it, where they just keep stabbing you.
Get into the 40s. Get into the 30s. get
Yeah,
into the 50s.
I want to see a game like that. But
Or
McDermott's
put
also got the respect
30
factor
points
that the
up.
Patriots don't have. He wants to start playing old school ball where you run the ball when you're up by 20 or something, and you just have the defense play off a little bit. That's fine, but let's do something for the fans and just keep racking up points. Let's see Josh Allen get his 300 yards that we were wrong he did not get this week.
You know what's crazy? They're 3-0, and it's been 3 damn heart attacks for me. I can't do this every week. I have a hoarse voice. My heart's like, I'm leaving the game. I'm like, oh, man, I can't do this. Like, it hurts my back, like the tense and muscles. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
It's killing me.
I will feel a lot more confident in these 2019 Buffalo Bills if we get a dominating win against a quality opponent. I know our first 3 opponents, I mean, record-wise.
You can only play the teams that are put in front of you.
And yeah, no, certainly, but even at these teams at lower skill levels, we haven't dominated them.
Yeah,
that's an
we
issue.
knew going into the season the first 3 games were probably penciled in as wins. So
yeah, I mean,
now we're going into the type of the year where it's going to be we're playing competitive teams without the Dolphins.
Right, but we're not playing the lower tier teams competitively.
This is the interesting part of this. They're 3-0. You know, people want to dog the Cowboys because they played the worst 3 teams in the league and they've won. You should win those games if you're a good team. This is the game that we've all been talking about going into next Sunday. This is where it matters. Bad teams lose to bad teams. Good teams find ways to win against bad teams, even when the bad teams are giving them a shot. And you want to say that they haven't been dominating, both of you, and you know what? I understand. Score-wise, not dominating. But the yards, the time of possession, they're killing these teams. They have to finish on offense.
Well, that's what I was saying.
I was texting a buddy at halftime. I'm like, listen, this defense is putting out a shutout. You know, they have 0 first downs. You know, he texted me. He's like, oh, man, this defense is killing it. I totally underestimated them. And I just said, I 100% agree. But at one point, the offense has to step up and put their foot on the gas against these guys. And I don't think it's a Dable thing. I don't think it's an Allen thing. I think it's a growing thing for the offense to grow, mature, find themselves. Kind of like what Dave was saying. Realize how good you are. Jam it down their throats here.
Well, that's what it is. The Bills don't know their identity yet. The Bills have the ability to go out there and destroy teams. They have what it takes. They have old school style football. They have a dominant defense. They have playmakers on that defense to make big plays. They have a quarterback that can do both things, run and pass. We have a running back that can drill it down your throat, and we have receivers that are speedy that can control the game. So we just need to use our strengths. We need to start doing that kind of stuff. I feel like the Bills are playing too conservative.
And my thing for the second half, sorry, Jake, I know you're up next.
Okay.
But, I mean, I was kind of texting this to Dave during the game. He wants to run, and I understand running's great, and it's very important. I don't think you should ever get away from the pass. This is 2019 NFL. If you get away from the pass on first, second, third down, you're forced to throw on third downs because you're just running on first and second down. You're limiting yourself. You're handcuffing yourself. This team is handcuffing themselves in the second half the last 2 weeks. Josh Allen, I don't think he had it this week, but last week he had 200 yards in the first half. This week he had...
He was like 184.
Yeah, he was like 180 in the first half today. Just keep passing. He doesn't end up... He has 70 yards in the second half. Last week he had 60 yards in the second half. Keep passing. That's the problem with the Bills right now. Don't stop passing. It's working. You're getting on these teams early. They're struggling to figure out what you're doing on offense. You're getting Cole Beasley involved. He had 8 catches today. He doesn't need to have 100 yards. I love it, but just keep having those passes. It's 3rd and 2 that Jake wanted to point out earlier. The 3rd and 2 works. That's something that the Bills struggle with for years. Get him to the ball when it matters. That's not rocket science here.
One thing we need to stop seeing, and this is just me, and let me know what you guys think too. Josh Allen needs to stop running the ball. He needs to stop being the focal point of the run. He runs the ball probably 10% of the time he's back there. And he needs to, Zach. He needs to stop running the ball because, A, he doesn't know how to slide.
I disagree. I think he's slid a lot
That's
today.
fine. Let's have this argument because
No.
he doesn't. He's supposed to be our franchise quarterback. He does not slide.
Yes, he does.
He definitely slid
he
on a
slid.
3rd down. Now he
takes
got
hits.
like a...
There's designed runs that he takes up the middle, too. Which, what's the point of him taking those hits? I understand the playmaking ability. Frank Gore is getting plus yards every time he runs the ball. Do that with him. You have McKenzie, who you do the trickery plays with. Do that with him. You have Yeldon, who got a fumble today, but you have these backs. You have decent backs. Use them. Stop using your franchise quarterback.
Listen, Dave, it's okay to be wrong. And this is one of those moments. He is a 6'5" quarterback. I want him to run. Now, it's not in the same style that you're talking about, but there have been plays the past couple weeks where I'm like, what the hell's going on here? This guy's 2 yards every time he falls forward.
Okay, you know
Give
who
him
else?
the ball and have him run up the middle on 4th and 1.
You know who else
Third
is
and 1.
6'5" quarterback and 6'4" quarterback?
I don't care.
Cam Newton and Roethlisberger, and they're constantly injured all the time.
Perfect.
Is
Two
that
guys
what
that
you-
played-
is that what
two
you
guys
want?
that played in
They
Super
have
Bowls.
Super Bowls, but they didn't get them by running the ball. They got there by having good defenses.
Perfect formula.
Yeah.
Tall
Well,
quarterback.
now
good
they're
defenses.
injured constantly all the time.
You know
Josh
what?
Allen.
Give me-
Josh Allen played a good game today. I don't care how many picks he throws. I've said that before.
I need 8 good years of Josh Allen. I don't need him until he's 45.
Take those interceptions he had today, where he made a very bad decision. Stop. All I'm asking is stop
Dude, you're
running
having
the
a
ball.
bad moment here.
Why would you want him to run the ball?
Because it's effective.
It's.
He was the number 1 rusher
I'm
on
okay
the
with
team
running
last
the ball
year.
if the offensive line breaks down, which it did several times today. I don't want a design run. He has so many design runs right up the middle.
Now, I will
You
say
didn't
that
see it, but he was getting his ass beat out there. He was taking beatings.
I will say that he had one too many end around runs. I think that blew up in his face a couple times, but I think that's play calling. That maybe we can address that. But when he's about to get sacked and he runs away, like the one he had for a 10-yard rush, take that. I'm not. What are you looking for here? And there was times, and I know I wanted to talk about this, and I don't want to talk about it for too long because it's not a play that actually mattered. But when he did that fake Tebow thing, and I was sitting next to Jay. It boggled my mind. I didn't even understand how it worked. It was like 3 plays later, I was still talking about it. I don't understand how a guy like that finds a play like that. It was when Josh Allen went after he was running and saw that there was no rushing lane and just without even looking, just threw it. And there was Tommy Sweeney in the corner. That broke my brain. I'm
It was
not gonna lie.
a jump pass, right? It
I don't think he jumped it. I just think he stood up.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I'm okay with him taking risks. I'm okay with him going out there and trying to make a play happen. There's no reason to get him injured, though.
But with that play, I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. And I'll do a film breakdown on YouTube, guys. Just check that out. Maybe just that play. But maybe a couple plays, actually. I'm not going to do just
you
that
should
play.
probably do a
I'm not going to
couple
do
more.
just that play, but a I'll make that play a huge emphasis because I broke my brain. So when the All-22 comes out, check that out. So he's making plays that I don't understand how the hell happens. You talk about Patrick Mahomes making these no-look passes. I think he's finding a way to be effective as think about the play where he fumbled, fell down, got up, and just threw the ball to Tommy Sweeney. It's breaking my brain, and I know it doesn't make any sense that it's breaking my brain because I have a full functional brain. But what the hell's going on?
Right.
And then it was the next play. He gets up and fakes the run and hits. He hit Tommy Sweeney in the numbers. What do you guys want to say? The defender got there early? Sure, I think so. Give me the flag. Yeah, I don't care.
1,000% that should have been caught.
But he
for
hit
a
him in the
touchdown.
numbers on the left side of the number. That should be a catch for, maybe Dawson Knox or Tyler Croft. Stop touching those. But, that was a crazy play. It broke my brain. The play he, fell down and just threw the ball broke my brain. The Dawson Knox play. This offense looks legitimate at times. And sometimes it's okay, open it up again. They box it in. All right, we're going to run, first down run, second down run, third down, force a pass. That's not how an offense works in the NFL anymore. This isn't the days of Willis McGahee where you're just gonna get 4 yards or Fred Jackson. It's keep your offense open at all points of the team or all points of the game. Make the defense guess throughout the whole series. Don't ever be all right, well, first down, DeMarco's here. They're in an I formation. They're gonna run right because it's on the strong side. What do you? The offense is boxing themselves in at points when they have guys like Josh Allen and Dawson Knox. And, John Brown, Cole Beasley. Keep your options open in the passing game. Don't ever handcuff yourself. That's what I mean by handcuffing yourself. Don't force yourself to pass on only third downs. Run on first, pass on second, third, whatever. Just get a mix of plays that get plus yards. If you're rushing on first and second down every time, you're handcuffing yourself to a third down forced pass. I just can't stand that.
Yeah, especially you run into the risk of having a third and long. We want to mitigate those third and long situations and keep them to the 3rd and 2 where Cole Beasley is so effective.
Yeah, 8 catches for 48 yards, but I never noticed Cole Beasley having a bad time catching the ball. He just caught the ball, went down. He had that one-handed catch early in the game.
Yeah.
Where I was like, how did he make that catch? Listen, this offense has playmakers. I was telling Jake, listen, they don't have studs. They didn't go out and get Odell Beckhams or the Antonio Browns. They got the guys that were functionally
Integral.
steady. Those guys were always making plays for the teams they were at. John Brown was the number 1 wide receiver in the first month of the year last year in the NFL. Cole Beasley has been a staple of the Dallas Cowboys offense. Frank Gore has been a staple of the NFL for years. They went and got playmakers that weren't flashy but were steady. That's all you need when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen who can make plays whenever you need him to make a play. This offense could be so much more fun than they're letting it. And I just feel like they're sometimes handcuffing themselves by only like listen, they're not having a ton of points this last couple weeks. What was it? What was week 1? 15 or 17?
17 to 16.
17.
28 last week.
17, 28, and 21 today. I mean, just stop handcuffing yourself. Get in the 30s.
Yeah.
You know you can do it.
Hang 30 on a team. That's what I said earlier. I just want to see a dominant offensive
Give that
performance.
defense some room to breathe.
Well, I feel like with the locker room, they get too comfortable and they realize, all right, offense, you did the job, let the defense win the game. Keep putting the ball in the offense's hands to win the game. Keep stacking up those points. I know a lot of people don't like that. A lot of old school people don't like that because they think it's unclassy to just keep racking up the points. But no, go out there and do it.
No, win games.
I mean, this is the NFL. All that Pop Warner bullshit, everyone should at least be in the game. We don't want to rack up points. Fuck that. This is the NFL. If you have a chance to bury a team by fucking 50, you bury them because they can come back at any time. They're all professionals. It's ridiculous to say or to think that, ooh, we should be respectful here and not rack up points.
And here's my point to that. I don't think that they were not trying to rack up points. They had a moment there where they got the fumble from Micah Hyde, forced fumble, and they were driving. I mean, an accident happens. Okay, TJ Yeldon fumbles the ball. Whatever, it's his third string running back. Who cares? They were trying to. They just never finished drives. Like it was a Yeldon fumble today. Last week it was a turnover. The week before it was a bunch of turnovers. They need to find a way to mitigate the turnovers, get the ball in the end zone more often. Now, they had a stat today that happened. Today was the first time that the Bills got in the red zone and didn't score a touchdown. That's a good stat.
It's a fantastic stat. I wish
They
we
need
could
to
have
do it more
extended
often.
it.
Yeah, they need to do it more often. You can't be having all these turnovers and getting away with it. Offense is still learning. That was my key point from today. Is that while, like Dave said, they're still finding their identity. I think they're just still learning to see what this offense really could be. I think now that you have a tight end, now it's not like they just found this guy. I think that they're finding consistency at tight end. They can open up the wide receivers who are very consistent. I'm not really sure what's going on with Foster. I haven't seen much of him in the offense. They tried to go to him deep today.
They don't need him.
That should have been an interception earlier, but I mean, you get lucky. Everyone in the NFL gets lucky. But the wide receivers are stacked. They're pretty deep compared to last year. They're still learning their offense. They're still learning the running backs. The offensive line, they lost John Feliciano today. He left the game with a neck brace. They were able to just throw Cody Ford to the left guard or the right guard, and that worked. They're lucky that they're able to do that. You want to talk about 10 linemen? They're lucky that they're able to rotate these guys and trust them. Niseki came out. I think they put Gates in for a little bit. Or Bates. I don't know what it is. Norman Bates. I'm joking about that. But they put him in at right tackle for one play. And you know what? They trusted him. I think they got a big play on that one play. I mean, the sky's not falling. I just want to see a higher sky. Give me more points. That's all I'm asking. Give me a non-heart attack inducing game. It's not a lot, right, guys?
Mm-hmm. No, that's all I've been saying. Give me a dominant performance, which will probably be Miami.
Yeah, well, I mean, who knows? It could be Tennessee. It could be New England.
Let's have it be New England.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, right? I mean, I don't want to get too far into next week. I mean, obviously, check out our Wednesday podcast when we break down New England.
We got some fun things planned,
We
too.
have a ton to talk about New England. This is going to be the game of the year. Wednesday will be the most important Bills game
Think we get Romo announcing it?
in years.
You guys won't care. You guys will be
It'll
there.
be the most important Bills game in years. That's for damn sure. It's going to be 3-0 versus 3-0 at home. Fans are going to be rabid. Brian Dable, I mean, he's going to be cooking up something. Put it this way, guys. I wanted to bring this out for week 2. I didn't. This is one of my favorite Sports Illustrated covers of all time. It's when Eli Manning beat the undefeated Patriots. And while I am a Bills fan, this was one of my favorite sports memories of all time, and I kept the cover since 2007 at this point, maybe 2008. I mean, it was awesome.
David, buddy, sorry, got a little distracted. Had to text my mom. You have a weekly segment. It is brought to you by Prima Pizza. I heard you had a little snack during halftime. Did you get that white pizza?
I did not. I got the chicken finger pizza.
He didn't get any because they're closed on Sundays, baby.
Psych, gotcha.
Wrong.
I say it every single week.
Wrong. I did get chicken finger pizza. It's not from them. I never said it was from them.
But
Liar.
you guys need to be paying attention to our ads. Diamond Dave.
Just like they need to be 10
So
to
I
the hours.
do a
Diamond in the rough.
Without you guys knowing who it is, who would you guys pick for this?
I would pick Jordan Poyer. He had 11 tackles or something like that. You know, I think he was pretty steady in the back end.
Jake,
of the
who'd you
defense.
pick?
Probably Dawson Knox.
All right, so yeah, it was a tough consideration between Dawson Knox and Frank Gore. I chose Trey White. He was a shutdown corner for the most part today. He did let John Ross get a couple plays in there at kind of the garbage time we were saying. The Bills called it garbage time too early. Trey White had 2 picks, a career high for him. He's looking elite, guys. He's looking good. I called him out a couple weeks ago. He's looked very good ever since.
Everyone
Yeah.
Dave calls out puts up. It's really
we did
weird.
talk about this.
John Brown.
John Brown, Frank Gore, and then this week it's Trey White. I mean, he's good calling out.
I was joking around. Maybe it should be Star Latule next because he doesn't do a goddamn thing.
Yes, he does.
You know, I called out Jordan Phillips, and he brought the
Got a sack
noise
today.
today. He
Got a
brought
sack
he
today.
brought the noise.
So did Harrison Phillips, too.
Yeah, so hats off to Trey White. Good game today. We need him for next week. He needs to be ready to get all over Josh Gordon's shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
no Antonio Brown's big. He got cut obviously this week. You guys don't live it under a rock. You know that. That's one less weapon than we have to worry about next Sunday. You know, Edelman left the game with a chest injury today. I mean, these guys aren't, bulletproof.
We should start printing out the diamonds and hang them up.
Do you guys got that kind of money to print out diamonds? Is
No.
that a 3D printer?
So far we have
John Brown,
Singletary, John Brown, and
Trey White.
Trey White.
Trey motherfucking White.
I'll talk to our sponsors to see if we can get some printer money.
Yeah.
Some
do it,
diamond
baby.
money, baby.
So Wednesday's a big one, guys.
Guys, I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know if I'll be able
Hope
to.
you guys are as fired up as we are.
I can't control my emotions on Wednesday. I want to talk about it right now. I'm not going to lie. 3-0 versus 3-0 at home in front of me. Raucous defense against a pretty high-powered offense.
We're going to punch the Pats.
Our offense going against their defense.
Punch the Pats.
Punch the Pats.
Punch the Pats.
Hashtag punch the Pats.
Hashtag
Make it
punch
happen.
the
Question mark?
Pats.
Punch the Pats. Brady's little bitch.
Oh.
He pees when he
Guys,
sits.
home fans, we might see another white jersey next Wednesday. It's supposed to be 74 degrees and sunny. That's going to be a hot one. Today was in the 80s. I'm sunburned. I don't know if you guys can tell.
Yeah.
I did not go to the game, so I'm
burned.
perfectly fine.
I'm burned. I'm tired. I have a hoarse voice. But Wednesday, I'm going to be recovered. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday all day. And then Wednesday night, I'm going to be snorting Red Bulls. It's a liquid.
All right.
Oh my God.
I'm going to be up. I'm going to be into it. I'm going to be so excited. You know what? I wish they could flex games last minute because I want this game to be a Sunday night
Telling
game.
you, we're gonna get Romo, man. That's the big. That's.
I want
big
this to
time.
be a Sunday night game on the moon. Make this the biggest fucking game of the year.
I don't want
Holy
to buy a
shit.
ticket to the moon.
No, we don't.
What
have
about
to.
Mexico City?
Get free tickets. No. Those games don't go well for the turf and stuff. But thanks for listening, guys. Check us out on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, anywhere you listen to podcasts. We're everywhere. I don't even know where the RSS feed goes anymore.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Comment below for your biggest takeaway from the game today.
If you agree or disagree with Josh Allen sliding and not running as much, please comment.
He slides. There's no argument there.
That's fair. You can make a weird argument about that. Shout out to our boy Maestro Shine, listening as always. Appreciate you. Shout out to Cruz for a very insightful moment today. Take care, guys.
Shout out to my mom.
Have a great week.
Yeah,
Talk to you
shout out
Wednesday.
shout out
I'm
to your
super
mom.
excited. You guys should be super excited. 3-0.
3-0.
Called it last podcast.